Yes, yes, peeps, what are you saying? Well, fox me and call me T-Rex. Here is my review of The End of Oak Street. And honestly, I was quite surprised at this one. Yeah, some girl boss moments and some one-liners that literally had my eyes rolling. But it's not too bad. Let's get into it.
Fox Off Reviews. Fox Off Reviews. Fox Off Reviews.
That's me.
Yay!
The film follows Greg and Denise Platt, a married couple living with their two children, Audrey and Brian, on Oak Street in an idyllic-looking American suburb. Beneath the surface, however, the family is struggling, Greg and Denise's marriage is falling apart, and the tension between them is becoming increasingly obvious to their children. Then something completely bizarre happens. Oak Street is suddenly ripped out of its normal surroundings and transported 200 million years into the past, leaving the entire neighbourhood stranded in a prehistoric world. The residents quickly discover that they're not alone. Their new surroundings are filled with dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures. Rah! Now, let's get into the positives of the film. First of all, I love the way the film was shot. I especially love the wide shots of Oak Street, seeing all these normal suburban houses surrounded by this completely prehistoric environment. There are even some interesting techniques like split shots, which give you multiple shots of the image in focus. At the same time, you feel like something is about to kick off, and it literally makes you feel so tense. Anne Hathaway is Anne Hathaway. Can't really go wrong if she is cast. She does a great job of being the protective mother and a woman on the brink of leaving her husband. One of the biggest positives for me at the end of Oak Street is just how tense some of the dinosaur chase sequences are. There are moments in this movie where I generally sit on the edge of my seat because you know that the characters are completely foxed. There is one scene with a giant snake and I'm like, nah, fox that. But at the same time, I'm like, who left the bloody window open? You know we're in a dinosaur world, right? Honestly, stupid people. Also, love the fact the husband and wife were generally starting to sort their differences out in the film, and they did actually start to love each other again, even though they're in a shit situation. But spoiler alert, that didn't last very long. But at the end of it, it was genuinely sad when the husband was killed. Got me a little choked up actually. But don't you panic, folks. Just wait till the end of the film to see what I mean. Also, how did they get away with this much gore and a horror for a PG-13? Well done for that one. Now, let's talk about the bad, shall we? The opening spends a lot of time establishing the characters, their relationships, and the suburban setting before the main story kicks into gear. I understand why the filmmakers wanted to build their foundation, but for me it just took way too long to get to the part I was actually there to see. Bring me the foxing dinosaurs already! Once the film gets going, the tension and action are fantastic, but I find myself waiting for that moment where everything finally goes completely crazy and it all kicks off. Another criticism that I had is that I felt the film leaned way too heavy into the girl boss moments. I really liked seeing the female characters being capable and taking charge, sure, but sometimes I just found myself rolling my eyes, going, did she really just say that? And somehow the daughter knows all about wormholes, the space-time continuum, and she thinks that she's the next Stephen Hawkins. Fox off! I also felt the movie went too far in the opposite direction by making the husband and son look unnecessarily weak, clueless, and incapable. I was saying to myself, dude, that bow and arrow ain't gonna do fox all. Also pissed me off that they're in the middle of a dinosaur world. You're seeing them everywhere, and they're eating people and just killing people left, right, and centre. And Anne Hathaway's character just cares about a bloody novel. Come on, love, there's a fox and T-Rex knocking about, and all you give a shit about is your novel. Get a grip, girl. Also, what's this whole 80s thing about as well? People still liked 80s and nostalgia, right? No, I think it's fair to say we've got over that after season 3 of Stranger Things. Stop forcing nostalgia. Also, I don't quite understand where everyone else is. It's quite a big town. Surely there'll be more people knocking about. But oh well, let's just ignore that fact so the story can keep happening. And now for the bit you've all been waiting for, the Fox Offatron. Ooh! I'm giving it an okay score. Now, it's not the best film of 2026, but it's certainly not the worst. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park and were hoping that Jurassic World 3 would be this kind of film with dinosaurs roaming free in the human world, then this film is right up your street. It isn't perfect, the setup's a little slow, and it does take some time to get going. and I did have some issues with how certain characters were written. But once the dinosaurs arrive, the film gets into survival mode and it becomes a proper edge of your seat thriller. If you've seen it, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you love it, or did the dinosaurs leave you wanting more? If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the rest of my movie reviews. Until next time, see you later folks. Right, where's that whiskey at, fool? Meh.